Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then why not? Like, why have you not been here before? My breath is fine. Am I not approachable? Is it my thumbnail? It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. The point is that you're here now, and I'm so happy to meet you. Since we are just now friends, if you'd like, you can go ahead and hit the little red subscribe button right down there. Just if you want to. And once you do hit subscribe, if you hit the little notification bell right beside that, it will alert you every single time I upload a new video. Today we got a very special package in the mail. A package that I've been waiting for quite some time now. Like a week. A very long and excruciating week. Maybe you can guess by the star tape as to what this product might be. At least you can guess what brand it's from. These are the Jeffree Star Cosmetics concealers and setting powders. And I'm so excited. It's about time he came out with complexion products, and based on what I've seen so far, I think they're gonna be bomb. And I can't wait to put them to the test. So if you want to help me unbox my Jeffree Star Cosmetics order and check out these concealers and setting powders, then I'm gonna make it super easy for you. Just keep watching. Okay guys, so here's the deal. You can see that I have some eye makeup on. It feels very like sunsetty. I feel sunset vibes. I already got started a little bit here with my makeup. I did my eye base and I did a couple of shades just to blend out the crease. I'm going to be using one of the concealers to actually cut my crease, so I just wanted to kind of get to this point and be ready. So I actually placed my order on the release date of the concealers and the setting powders, which was Friday the 19th of April. And today is now the 29th of April. It took 10 days. I get it that a lot of people want this and ordered this, and I'm sure that they're working really hard and like back to back and staying extra late or whatever they do in those places. I commend them for working very hard. I do, really, I do. However, the only thing that I have a problem with is I got one email throughout this entire 10 days. One email the day I ordered telling me thank you for your order. Then I didn't get another email until today. Today, I got a confirmation that my order was processing, a confirmation that my order had shipped, and a confirmation that my order was delivered. All today. And that seems to be the general consensus of how this happens every time I order from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And that is super frustrating, especially when you wait 10 days for something. It's just nice to know the progress of your order. That's the only thing I have to complain about the ordering process specifically. Aside from the fact that Jeffree Star's site, when you order from it, freaks out if you order something at the same time a product launches. I honestly think though, from now on, for any specific Jeffree Star Cosmetics launches, if I order on the launch day, I might start ordering from like Beautylish, maybe, or Morphe from now on. Because based on what I've heard, those sites and those checkouts go really smooth, and you don't have to have $100 minimum orders to get free shipping. And I think you can do flexible payments on Beautylish's website, which would be nice for the Natasha Denona palette that I'm wanting. Anyway, now I got the box open. So here is what everything looks like when you first open it up. So you get a little card that has every shade in it. It also has the white and the two color correctors on top. And it is actually a photograph of Gabriel Zamora on the other side. You know, if Jeffree Star and Gabriel Zamora ever have a falling out, he's probably really gonna regret this photo. Maybe not, you never know. Next we have my order confirmation sticker, and then we have our wrapping paper. Ooh, I'm so excited. Now, my order consisted of 3 concealers and 2 setting powders. I wanted to get a wide enough range to be able to provide options for myself and to be able to show you guys some different options as well. Obviously, I'm gonna only be able to show you the tones that work for my skin tone, but it is really cool that on the Jeffree Star Cosmetics website, you can actually exchange shades if you do end up getting the wrong shade. So if you get one and you try it and you don't like it and it's not the shade match that you wanted and you know that or think you know that there is a shade better, you can always exchange it for another one. And the information for that is on their website, if you order through their website. So first and foremost, I ended up getting 3 concealers. I got C0, C7, and C13. C0 is the pure white concealer. C7 is light to medium skin with neutral undertones, and C13 is medium skin with neutral undertones. And before I open these unit cartons and read the description for the product itself, I want to show you the unit carton. This is absolutely beautiful. Please ignore my terrible nail polish. It just keeps chipping, and I worked today and it chipped even more. But you see what I wanted to show you? How it has this like holographic amazingness behind it. There are very few packages that I actually keep, and this is gonna be one of them. But anyway, you see why it's so cool. And then it's got the shade name at the end of the box. And then the other side is some of the holographic as well. Now, as I open the unit carton, I'm going to read the product description for you, give you a little bit of info and backstory behind the products, and then I will show you the actual packaging of the product, and it is, oh, just wait. The Magic Star Concealer description from the Jeffree Cosmetics website is, our unique creamy, high coverage liquid concealer formula comes in over 30 shades. What does it do? Helps even out skin tone. Has 20% pigment and can cover tattoos. Anti-aging properties help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Increase wear time and a self-setting effect keeps you looking flawless for hours. Fragrance free, paraben free, talc free. And then we have the actual The actual product itself. This is stupendous. I love this. It's so pretty. Let me show you guys close up. There she is in all her glory. Let me turn my ring light down so maybe you can see a little bit better. So you have a little Jeffree Star logo right up front. And then this beautifully embossed casing with all the little divots, I guess. This thing though is like shank worthy. This could hurt someone. Yeah, that could definitely hurt someone. Ow, why did I do that? Seriously though, it is super beautiful. And then the applicator itself is very different. I don't quite know what to call it. It doesn't look like a doe foot, so I probably wouldn't call it a doe foot. As you see, it has a hole in the middle of the applicator to hold any excess product. But yeah, that's the packaging. I really, really like that. I feel bougie already and I haven't even put it on. I am excited to see what it's like though. I'm especially excited to see what it works like with the powder. One thing that I have noticed quite drastically actually is the insane difference that powder can make with your concealer. It's just crazy how different a result you can get even by using the same concealer based on a different powder that you use, or how much powder that you use, or how dense of a brush that you use to pack powder in. Just these slight differences that you think wouldn't matter end up mattering quite a bit. And it's crazy to think about that. Now I would like to explain, with the shade names and the way they're organized with these concealers, it's not like how a lot of brands are. Typically you think of a shade range going from least to greatest, lightest to darkest. And that is essentially how this works, but not completely. The way that this is sorted is more so like groups of undertones from lightest to darkest. So by me getting C7 and C13, these are actually the neutral undertones of different shade ranges. I wanted to get C0 to cut creases with, or to do really intense highlighting if I wanted it, more so to cut creases with. I wanted to get C7 as my highlighting shade for under eyes if I want to do something highlighting, and I wanted to get C13 as a natural shade, something that would be more of an everyday wear that would blend in with my skin tone rather than be brightening or highlighting. So that's the reasoning for my selection of shades. So I just want to show you very quickly the difference in the shades between the concealers that I got and the concealers that I also normally use. This one is C0, this one is C7, this is C13, This is Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. This is NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Creme Brulee. And this is my Colourpop concealer in the shade Medium 26. This one is very like yellow looking on me. I mean, you can kind of tell even just with the swatches on my hands how yellow that one is, but I figured I would show you as a point of reference so you could tell just the difference in everything. I would say the NARS is honestly closest to my normal skin tone out of all of them. So C7 actually seems like it's gonna be closest to my skin tone rather than C13, but we'll see. Okay, that is it for concealers. So now let's move on to the setting powders. Oh, I forgot to tell you, there are 30 concealers and 2 color correcting concealers. Figured that might be nice to know. Now we move on to the setting powders. There are 8 total setting powders, 1 being translucent, all of the others being tinted. I got 2 setting powders. I got translucent and Topaz. Translucent is fair to light skin tones, neutral undertones, and best for ultra brightening. Topaz is best for light to medium skin tones with neutral undertones. And I didn't want to be biased, so I figured I would show you a close-up of the setting powder packaging as well. This doesn't excite me quite as much. The magic wand is pretty cute because it's like magic star powder, so it's like a magic star wand. It's cute. I mean, I get it. I like it, I guess. It's just not holographic. I live for a holographic moment. And they have magic star on the bottom, nothing on the back. I do like though that on the side it says weightless, flawless, ultra fine. Set your life into place. Creasing who? Can't relate. That is pretty iconic. Alright, and while I unbox these, I'm also going to read the description for the setting powders. And this is the Jeffree Cosmetics website, Magic Star Setting Powder Description. Introducing our first ever setting powder formula. This ultra fine, soft, and luxurious formula is infused with vitamin C and E with a special blend of silica that controls oil and keeps you looking flawless all day. Experience the airbrushed Jeffree Star approved blurring effect. Pores, creasing who? Can't relate. Currently available in 8 stunning shades. And these retail for $22. Oh, so do the concealers. God, I'm so sorry. This is my first review ever. Hi, welcome to my first video. Now it's time to show off this packaging. So these, they kind of look red on camera, or at least on my monitor they do. They're actually more like a hot pink. Well, I don't know, they kind of do look red. They're not red. They are a hot pink kind of color. They are very chromatic, that's for sure. I can see my reflection in them, but I love the beveled Jeffree Cosmetics logo on the top. That's cute. And you can clearly see the powder through the side, and it's also labeled on the bottom with the shade name. And if we open up the powder, we are greeted with an opening, and it even has instructions. Close this way, open this way. So let's go ahead and open it. And we have our little sticker, which Jeffree said should be an easy peel sticker. Oh, which it is. That's fantastic. And before I make a mess, I'm going to put this down. And now that these are open, I can smell the scent. They're scented. Jeffree said that it was baked cotton candy. And I get the cotton candy vibes. Like, I do smell cotton candy when I think of cotton candy, but I actually smell like melted caramel, like almost like peanut brittle. What peanut brittle smells like, that's what this smells like to me. But I also can smell the cotton candy smell. Candy, it just smells like candy. Let's say that. I can tell you already that I'm going to enjoy the smell on my face though. I love candy. Kit Kats mainly. I used to always be like a sour kind of person. Like, you could give me Sour Patch Kids and Skittles all day long and I would be happy for the rest of my life. I've grown up to Kit Kat since then though. I've moved on with my life. Speaking of moving on, it is time to move on to concealer. Now I want to finish my eyes before I move on to my face makeup, and that is where we go into using the shade C0. Ever since the James Charles palette came out, I've been a fan of using eyeshadow bases for my eyeshadow rather than concealers. I actually don't think I've even used a concealer since the James Charles palette came out. For this video and for this review, I'm going to make an exception because we have a white concealer anyway. So I'm gonna use the Morphe concealer in shade C0.00 on my right eye and my Jeffree Cosmetics C0 concealer on my left eye. And C if I can detect any difference between the two. Now already I can tell you just by pushing the product out on the palette that the Jeffree Star Concealer is a lot thicker than the Morphe Concealer. I could just tell whenever I pushed it out onto the palette how different that part was, but we'll see how they apply to the eye. I'm gonna go in with my Sigma E62 cut crease brush, and I'm gonna start with the Morphe side. Okay, and after 50 million thousand badillion hours, I've gone ahead and finished cutting the right side. Now I'm going to clean off the same brush because I don't know that I can ever use another brush aside from this Sigma E62 brush to cut my crease with anymore. And once I clean that off, I'm gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Concealer on the other side. I didn't really have too many problems with the Morphe concealer. Oddly enough, this was only my second time using it. And the first time I used it, I think I just used it to brighten up a dark concealer. I do wish it would have been a little thicker though. But this is not a Morphe concealer review, this is a Jeffree Star concealer review, so moving on. Well, I quickly got lost in my own thoughts and application, and while I was trying to make sure that everything was symmetrical on both sides, I ended up taking the brush that had the Jeffree Star concealer in the shade C0 on it and patting out the Morphe concealer because it wasn't wide enough for me. It was like yellowish because of the eyeshadow that mixed in with it. So I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to gauge that it's a Morphe concealer versus a Jeffree Star concealer, but point is, there's Jeffree Star on both sides now. So we're still testing Jeffree Star. Blending wise though, and with the way that it was textured, they were actually pretty similar in the way that they smoothed out and laid down. It felt like it took more of the Jeffree Star concealer than it did the Morphe concealer, but that may have something to do with the actual applicators themselves. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the eye look itself, and I will be right back. Whoa! Okay guys, after much deliberation, we can now get to phase 1 of the actual concealer and setting powder application test. I say phase 1 of the application test, it's actually gonna be phase 1 application, phase 2 wear time. Now phase 2 is actually going to happen in the morning whenever I get ready for class, so in 5 hours. Because it's nighttime and I stayed up too late working on this thing, this look right here. We are now going to use the concealers and the setting powders. My idea here is to use C7 on this side, C13 on this side, use the translucent base to bake right underneath my eyes, and use the topaz shade to set the rest of my makeup everywhere else. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to start by going in with my Tarte Face Tape in the shade 22 in Light Neutral. Okay, it's concealer time. I'm super excited. And I look ghostly. Why do I look so ghostly? That's odd. That's okay though. Alright, it is time for C7. This should be the brightening shade. And then C13 on my right side, your left side, I do believe. Oh yeah, that looks a lot like my heart shaped tape. Just based on the way that spreads out so far, coverage seems really nice. Alright, C7 is now blended out with 1/2 of my sponge, and I'm going to use the other half, the clean side, to blend out C13 and see what kind of difference that side will make. Okay, the concealer itself is blended out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the translucent powder to set right underneath my under eyes and the topaz powder to set everywhere else. And it only seems fitting, so we're just gonna use the JS2 to set my under eyes. So I know that it's too soon to tell completely, but I'm actually pretty impressed right now. 9 times out of 10, at this point, I would already starting to be creasing and I would need to blend out the concealer again, which that's not a big deal normally. It just shows that the concealer I use typically starts to dry out and crease faster, and I have to set it beforehand, but this concealer was not creasing. I didn't have any part of it creasing yet, and that's exciting. I look like a ghost. And I'm going to set my forehead where I always crease with the translucent powder, even though I'm going to be going to bed immediately after I finish this. And now I'm going to take my Morphe M400 big fluffy powder brush that I now have thanks to moving my living room table because my cat took this brush, but I found it, no worries. The cotton candy smell is real. If you don't like scents, I don't know how much you would like this. Okay, to me, it's not as strong as like a butter bronzer. It's almost as strong as the Pure setting powder with the chocolate smell. Oh, like the Pure palettes. That kind of chocolatey smell, that's what it reminds me of, like the potency. Now taking the shade Topaz, and I'm just gonna lightly dust that everywhere else on my face. Now that I have completely powdered my face, I'm going to wipe off the translucent powder that I had under my eyes, using it to bake. Let's see what we're looking at so far. The only thing that I would say that I notice kind of is I still see a little bit of the darkness from under my eyes that would have probably been alleviated if I would have used one of the color correctors, obviously, but I didn't get one. So based on that, the coverage is definitely not Shape Tape, and that's okay because Shape Tape is its own like thing. I like this coverage, and I don't really have a whole lot of creasing going on. I'm going to zoom in for you so that you can kind of see just close up what it looks like, and then see what you think. Now, I know you guys don't normally get to see my under eyes this close, so you don't really know what to compare it to, but this is where we're at right now with the Jeffree Star concealer and translucent setting powder. I really like it because I don't have hardcore creasing, and I like that. Now, we're not gonna know over time what it's like yet, but we will soon. But this is what we have so far. I'm enjoying it, and it smells fantastic in here. Now, I am going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face makeup, and once I do, I will be back and I will give another check-in, and I will zoom in and let you see what my under eyes look like and just kind of get a feel for what the wear time would be in this short amount of time, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll be right back. And we're back. This is completely the final look for tonight. I did not add anything on my lower lash line. How could I have forgotten? So this is my face close up yet again. Sorry about the lashes on my lower lash line. I put mascara on them and then I set my under eyes with powder so they got like a powder coating and a concealer coating. Then I put mascara on them again, so they're like quadruple coated at this point. But this is my under eyes at this moment in time. I still like them. Granted, it has only been about an hour since I last checked in and said that I liked them. They're holding up very well, even after putting eyeshadow on top of them and with the time that I have spent. Also, I put concealer on my forehead as well, and my creasing there is doing really well, even with me like moving my eyebrows and my face. So far, so very good. Now, I am going to take the pictures of this look so that they will be Instagram ready, and then I will see you guys in 4 more hours so I can get ready for class and start the wear time test. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, or whatever. It's morning, that's for sure. So I ended up like not waking up in time the day after I filmed first. So this is actually the next day, and I'm running a little bit late for class already. So I got my makeup bags out and I'm going to pack them with the Jeffree Star concealer. But I thought I'd pop in here this morning before I left to go to class, so that I could, so that I could tell you good morning and let you know that I was late and that I didn't go to class yesterday because I was so sleepy. After going to bed at, what time was it? 3 or 4 a.m. By the time I went to sleep, there was no way 6 o'clock a.m. was gonna be working for me. Just like today, I somehow ended up going to bed at like 1 something this morning. Oh, we went to go see Endgame last night. Great movie, no spoilers, but that was really a movie. Yeah, we went and saw Endgame last night, so now I'm also tired today and running late. So I'm gonna pack my makeup bags and I will probably see you at school. Okay guys, it is time. Now it's Gabby.
So I told you guys that I was going to check in with you whenever I was ready to put on the concealer because we're going to do this wear time test. I know that since I didn't get to do it this morning, whenever I first got up, I at least need to do it now. I might not do a full face of makeup. I might just end with my base because we're already getting clients, so I might not be able to keep up. I will try though. I'm going to blend this out and I will keep checking in throughout the day and let you know how it's going.
Okay guys, I very quickly put on my concealer and most of my makeup. I'm not completely done, but I have clients that I need to help and they are here now. So you can see this is how everything looks so far, and I will check in a little bit more throughout the day. Okay, I have officially hit the 3.5 hour mark. I like the way this concealer is performing. It is okay. It's not the best I've tried. I think it's mainly because I have a lot of darkness under my eyes right now because I am so tired because I slept for like 4 hours. But I can see the creasing from me smiling over and over again. I smile a lot. I'm very animated. I emote a lot. And you can see that. I do. But it's not so bad. I like it. So we'll keep going and see how it looks later. It has been a long day. It is now 9:00 p.m. So I've had this concealer on now for 12 hours, I think. I actually took a nap when I got home. So there is a piece of makeup, like foundation and concealer, missing from right here. And I just see my skin, bare skin. But other than that missing spot, I touched up one time today and all I did was powder again under my eyes because it was kind of breaking down just a little bit to where it was starting to crease a little bit. It wasn't terrible, but it was starting to crease. But once I touched it up with a little bit of powder, it kind of blended it back in and disappeared for the rest of the day because there really is no creasing now. And it is all definitely still there, that's for sure, except my big spot. So far, I'm actually really happy with this concealer. It didn't do anything that I don't like. I'm gonna be using it more often and pairing it with different foundations, different powders probably eventually, just to kind of see what results I can get with different products. Based on how I did it today, using just a little bit of the Jeffree Star concealer with a little bit of the Jeffree Star powder, I'd say it's a great combination. It worked well. It was full coverage, but it wasn't so full coverage that it was like cakey, if you know what I mean. And I know based on how I applied it at the beginning of the video and put it in that look, it works well with the full coverage, full glam beat as well. So I am gonna say definitely recommend. However, I do not think that I like the topaz powder for my skin tone because it looks yellowy on me, or like it gives me like a, I don't know, it gives me like a tint and it's not the right tint. And I don't know that I like it. I don't have it on today, you can't see it. This incorrect tint is just mismatched foundation. I felt like I wanted a tan today, apparently. Yes, definitely recommend the concealers, and the white worked great as an eyeshadow base, like for cutting my crease. Anyway, just I would go with a different shade on the setting powder if you're getting something other than translucent and you're my skin tone, because obviously we might not have the same skin tone. Just for me, topaz isn't gonna work. Thank you for hanging out with me over this last 2 days, three days. Yeah, 3 days, because I skipped a day. Sorry about that, by the way, but we got through it. We got through it together. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up because you did. If you did not like this video, go ahead and still give me a thumbs up for watching it because I occupied your time today long enough for you to forget about your life that is so crappy that makes you want to give me a thumbs down. If you would like to do a kind deed today and just continue to spread love amongst your fellow peers, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. That will let me know that you love me oh so much. And hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted every time I upload a new video, because then that would show me that you truly cared about me. If you want to see some more looks, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing from coming to my channel, please at least gain this, and that is to always remember and never forget that you're beautiful. Bye guys.